guess I don't know how much, I haven't even looked at the contract, so I'm not sure what the area is. They charge $1 per square foot, so they charge $12 a square foot.
Driveway. One with the green area. Yeah, two driveways.
Right.
This is the area that needs attention.
Okay.
This area, the sidewalks here.
Okay. Within the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Also,
I think this is not the contract. This is just the design
5 by 20
plans.
is $100, so it'd be $12.
It's just design
What more
plans.
precisely?
What's that?
What?
Probably more than
Was a
Everything else that was-
contract between Larson's
Five,
and
but there's more than that.
the
So
county.
you'd be looking, yeah, just to give you an idea.
They're the ones that got the bid.
Okay.
Because there's a way to go back.
If that's the contract you're referring to in the,
Part of like the sidewalk is here.
I don't know, I was just
This
told
part of
you
the
guys wanted to
driveway.
discuss streets and stuff like that.
Okay. I'll measure it out and make it quote before I start. Okay.
And then there might be a house here, the sidewalk, there's like a sidewalk here. This area is kind of, we look at that.
I don't know how we do things now because we're not on Zoom anymore.
Right.
So you have to just unmute it.
Quick Creek.
What's that?
You'll have to unmute it in the top corner,
Rampant,
top
you know.
right-hand corner, like 3 buttons from the
Yeah.
right-hand side.
Is that where
And then essentially all it's doing is recording. If a person on network wants to get on, like another department head or something, they can.
Morning.
Do you see the mute button over for their glory?
Not the 3 dots?
Like the mic.
Yeah.
There's a mic that has a line across it.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's all you use.
Now it's muted because the line's here. Now it's not.
How about
You want
video?
it? Are we?
You want to be unmuted, so no line.
So they can hear us. That mute is doing that, or that's muted?
That's making it so the video is recording some voice as well, is my understanding.
How about this?
Yeah, he
Not
said
sure if
that-
you've heard, Josh, what our experience was
I've heard,
the last meeting, and
he said if the red light's on, it's muted here too.
yep,
so-
so that one.
So we need to,
Yeah, that one, you just do the red one. Yep.
we're on. Okay. Hopefully. That's 9:02. We'll call the supervisors meeting to order, and we will review and have the action regarding the approval of the agenda.
I would motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that. So all those in favor of approving the agenda, any discussion? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passed. Okay, this is a point where we have time for public comment. Do we have anybody in the room that would like to comment, or?
I would like to just welcome Josh to the board.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm seeing none, hearing none. We will move on to the review and action regarding approval of the June 30th, 2025 minutes. We had revisions in all those up to the date, and I think they've accurately pretended what happened. So I would make a motion that we approve the minutes.
And I'll second the motion.
We have a motion, a second. Any more discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, we'll vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passed. Now, number 4, discussion regarding the Drainage District 3 contract review.
We don't have our supervisor activity and stuff.
Oh, no.
That's all right.
Claims got
We'll
to
catch it up next time.
What's
The activities, updates from boards, commissions, is it on there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all right, we'll catch it up next time.
It must have got deleted when claims got deleted.
Save it, that's fine.
Hey, boy,
Yes.
do you mind, before we get into something kind of heavy, we've got item 8, which is the note, the rescinding of the offer for the position. I can kind of cover that, and then I might need to leave by the time we get down there.
Sure.
We if you don't mind, if we
Yep.
jump to 8. just-
That would be fine.
So,
We go-
I have one applicant for the assistant role so far, and a nice young man, had a health issue, and so a couple of things kind of piled up on him. He couldn't complete his degree, so he's not eligible to take the bar, but had some other issues with his health, so it's just not going to work out for him. It's unfortunate. Wish him the best of luck. So he's been notified. You know, wish him the best. But just wanted to make sure that I have posted that job on with regional law schools and looking for somebody. Got a few leads, a few people I'm talking to, so hopefully get that covered. Because Randy Tilden is going to be retiring as of October 1st. So,
October 1st.
yeah, October 1st is the anticipated date. So I think I'll be covered with some, with some neighboring county attorneys and things that people could help out if I don't get that filled.
Did we, Morgan, do you recall, did we name that person in the prior meeting, the appointment? So what was his name again? Was it Aaron or something?
Blake Meyer.
Blake, okay,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
just had some health issues and kind of delayed his plans for graduation and other things.
Okay.
Wish him well.
Yeah. Nice
Speedy
young man.
recovery.
He'll recover, he'll get back on track.
Good. Okay, duly noted.
So, yeah, thanks for letting that
Yep,
come
no
up.
problem. We'll go back to the discussion regarding Drainage District 3 contract review. We have, I'm not sure, when I looked through this, that this is
What was in the packet wasn't the contract, that was just the design.
the design, it wasn't
So-
anything with the contract. And I think, so, do we have that in copy, or does anybody?
I did not find it, so I'm referring to for the persons.
Okay, it's probably in a hard copy in the file, because if I recall, it was a thick document, and I don't know that it,
Okay,
I'm not sure what we could, I guess my only thoughts is, what's the intent with it? Do we have items to discuss of things that aren't done, or what's the intent with it?
Well, I think from my standpoint, when Dennis was on the board, there was concern and discussion in regards to whether the contract items had been fulfilled, whether there were things that needed to be done that weren't done, that were owed to us by the contractor. The seating was an issue. And just basically, what the plan was. I know that there was money spent for LiDAR and to assess, the slope and take pictures, aerial pictures for the seating and things like that. And so, I think from my standpoint, if we're going to make demands, or if there's things that we need to have done by virtue of the contract, we need to identify that, and then we need to make requests and demands on the contractor or the contractors to complete the work. And if we don't, we live and die by the contract. The contract is the governing document. And so if there's not something that we need to worry about, then that's fine. That's all the better. That's less work, for me, I guess is. But the month of June was kind of like, well, where are we? What direction? Where do we stand? How do we feel about the performance on the contract? And I think, we just need to have some clarity and some direction, because if we don't, then time slips away. And
have you had a chance to review the contract?
a little bit. I mean, I've looked at it. I sat down with Adam just a little bit. I have a copy of it. And I guess a lot of it is it's technical, so it's something that has a benefit of somebody with some industry experience like Adam, or look at it, but,
So I found, I'm just looking on the Z drive and I see the 111 page document. Have you reviewed the 111 page document?
yeah.
This one isn't a signed one, but that's what went out.
Yeah,
for
well, I mean, I've looked at it.
Well, it's, I guess we're needing to find out if the ends were upheld or
Well,
and what we have going forward. You know, and I see we have some people here that are from Drainage District 3, as myself, and I guess I'd like to know the parameters. I mean, where are we at on this? And the complaints, I mean, are still, do they comply with the contract? I have not read it, but I know I talked to Adam on it before because of some of the specific issues of the determining the slope, and then we did the LiDAR, you know, thing, and there was some, the way I understand it, there was some differences in what that says. What, Adam, you comment on that a little bit?
As far as the slope goes, from what I'm reading in the plans and in the manual, this isn't a project to widen the slopes. They're just supposed to basically clean out the ditch and get it back to what it was. It looks like the slopes, from what I can tell, are aiming to be a 2-to-1-ish, but there's nowhere that requires that they come back to 2-to-1. Some of the slopes on some of the cross sections look like they're a little steeper than 2-to-1. So it wasn't meant to be a slope widening project, just to clean out. Most of the clean out is done in the bottom of the ditch,
And that's been done.
and that's been done.
Definitely it's working. Definitely working. I know they've reseeded. I know it's been a few weeks since I went out and looked at it, and some of the grass was growing, but I did notice some washouts. But that was, you know, we had some heavy rains as well, and you're going to get some washouts, but I don't know if there needs to be a remedy to that. I know that was after they reworked things that we had them do after this. And so and you're looking at this
I'm looking at the
manual.
project manual.
Okay, I'm gonna email that out. Do we have an email set up for Josh yet?
Yes.
If I do the Floyd BOS, it's there?
I don't know if they got included in the BOS, but it is training for.
So this is the project manual? Is that what we're?
Is it like 111 pages?
111 pages,
Yeah.
yes.
So you've got it as well, Todd?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got, yeah, I do, I have it.
And again, this is not the signed one, but nothing changed from what was signed to that. I just searched for the word warranty, and on page 32 of the document, number 16A, talks about the requirements of payment, performance, and maintenance bond warranty period are modified as follows: to remedy any and all defects that may develop in or result from work to be performed under the contract within 1 year period of the drainage repair improvement. So we're still in our 1 day window,
1 year.
or 1 year window, excuse me. So I think it's just, we need to know what issues there are and we work with, I think you've worked with Tyler, or you've been in contact with Tyler on it, any
Yeah,
other issues?
yeah, because I do know there was, with, I think, not Foresight, with the curve in there. Help me out.
Wolves, or,
Wolf, right. And I talked to Wolf also, and I think there was a problem with cleaning out a tree on the one side, and I think they did that. Is that right?
They moved some dirt on the curb.
On the curve,
But
yeah.
they did not move the trees that are in the,
Well, along along his east end of the property, which would have been in the CRP, is that right?
I have no idea, but there's no reason why we couldn't have been up here to clean that out. There was plenty of room.
Well, I think that,
well, I know, at one time there was, the Wolves wanted a tree saved, but then I think they said, don't worry about it. So I don't know if that's the tree you're referring to.
well, they have a CRP that's in the forest.
Yep, yeah.
deal. And I think there was some not wanting to go in there and destroy the trees or something. Is that right? Have I got that right, Merlin?
Well, they didn't want anybody in there. Let's see, at the first of the meetings, they talked about that if you have CRP and stuff in there, you had to go get permission for us, for the county to be in there to move all that stuff. And they didn't want anybody in there. But if you walk back in there, there was room to do that. There was room to go around their pond, because Forsyth's gave permission to drive around on Forsyth's to get back in there. And none of that was ever done. Wolves were just trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
I guess from my standpoint, what I would suggest is, I think, you asked the right question, Gloria, identify what the issues are. And I think, like, okay, if this tree is an issue, I know the slope has been an issue, but it's not really a slope issue, more has it been cleaned out, right? It is to the way that it should be. And then the seeding, I know brought up, members of the landowners have brought up like the issue with the animal guards, which I don't think is part of the contract.
That it was not part of the
Right.
contract, but Secondary Roads was gonna do that.
But, right, but I
And
don't, I guess, what I want to say, what I would suggest for the board is really, to stay focused, stay specific on the contract. And as I see it, in my experience with working with a general contractor like Bolton Mink, I mean, they should be guiding this process. I mean, Adam should, be involved as his expertise for the benefit of the county. But I wonder if it's possible to have somebody from the county walk this ground with Bolton Mink and say, identify the issues. What issues there are, if any, and then start from there, and then say, all right, here's the issues that we have. 'Cause I mean, this is probably a necessary discussion about, a certain landowner with a tree and things like that, but unless we're focused and specific about these are the issues that need to be done, and really have Bolton Mink be our advocate, because that's what they're engaged, I mean, my understanding is that's what they're engaged to do.
Right, and
So
so,
we don't have to,
yeah, and so Boyd did do
Yeah.
the thing, and from my understanding,
I went out there.
Larson Contracting fixed what was brought up from that visit. Except for, I remember this now, when we talked about the animal guards, Secondary Roads could do the animal guards, but at that meeting, I think Dennis said, well, we aren't gonna worry about that now. So Secondary Roads has not been directed to do the animal guards. Correct?
Correct.
Oh, I thought we did, but we haven't.
No, I do remember the meeting that Dennis said, we're not gonna do that now.
I
Okay.
guess then I would ask the follow-up question of like, that's good. I mean, if Larson has made progress out there, we should probably go out, examine what they've done, whether it's adequate, whether it's addressed the problems, if we've got a tree issue, whatever we've got, and just assess.
Yeah, the
right?
tree issue wasn't brought up at that time,
Well, I'm not,
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm speaking,
But
I know.
I'm speaking that we need to be deliberate as opposed to deliberate and
I know when I talked to Larson, they had to go back and take out a driveway that they had to make to
Oh,
get
sure. A field,
on the
a
ditch.
temporary field entrance.
And while they were there and they had the machines, they were going to work on that, where it came.
Curve, that
That
area.
curve that came around, and I asked if perhaps we could put riprap, maybe, because it's close to the road. Well, we got into the discussion how much riprap costs per foot, and to come around the curve with, I heard 50 feet, I don't know, it was $25,000 or something. And we just figured, we can't afford, to do that, to what we had. But I think, like you're right, I think we have to be specific going forward on what needs to be done. And I know there's an issue on the seeding, which, none of the seeding took last fall, and so they were going, redo it.
They have reseeded.
They have reseeded.
Yeah.
And I haven't been out to check to see how the reseeding looks, but knowing how it was so dry last fall, and it didn't take, and then this year, and then the weeds start growing, and it's done nothing but rain,
Yeah.
that, I just wonder what, can be done. Yeah, Mr. Zimmerman, you,
All right. John Zimmerman, watching over landowner in Floyd County. I don't have a horse in this race, but the list is gonna be long. The part about the animal guards in the county doing it was tabled. I found it in the minutes. No action.
Right.
Not real hard to find. Now, Mr. Kiefer's not here to represent what was going on with LiDAR. We couldn't have more than one supervisor in the room. We went down to Waterloo and watched the video. 25% of the slope is wrong. All of a sudden, there was an emergency meeting amongst yourself and Larson and Bolton Inc. Mr. Kiefer was not copied in on this letter. Your county engineer was. So something smells that Mr. Kiefer didn't even know about the meeting to cut everybody off at the pass on the LiDAR facts. When the LiDAR for $7,700 report, we went down to Waterloo Airport, a big group of us, and the proof was in the pudding. And then the emergency meeting with the contractor and Bolton Inc. This document needs to be shared with all the landowners. And then someone tells me that it's been reseeded in the last couple weeks. Where's the seed tickets? Where's the fertilizer tickets? The contract was never complete. Dry urea was to be spread on the emerged grass in the spring of '25. No tickets. So the contract was never complete, but you paid, and a drainage clerk from the county or somebody steered the 3 board of supervisors and Bolton Inc. and look up the word steering. They were meant to believe that the contract was complete and you paid the retainage. Simple as that.
John, I can make some comments to that. When we had the closeout hearing, the grass had been planted, but the timing of it was brought up. You can go back to the minutes and see all that as well. That if there was additional work that needed to be done, that it would be done. I don't know, did we get anything on this last grass seeding that they did? And they did it before the cutoff date for this spring. They had it done before that. It was tight because of rain, but they did do it. And so that's been done.
So you're talking about the 107-page contract. It's not real hard to find it. Seed tickets, germination slips, poundage, fertilizer.
They sent something.
You guys never got any of that.
On the
You were-
first?
And you were led to believe by Bolton Inc., back to the steering, legal term of steering, you were led to believe it all happened. Now, why would anybody pay a bill when you don't have proof that it was put on?
Boyd, when you went out to the site and met with the lakeside seeding, did you have any indication that they didn't do the job last fall?
no, none.
Okay,
And-
so can we
and
put
he-
that to bed?
And he was willing, told me he was willing to come back on his own time and not charge us for seeding in the spring. And I believed him. I mean, he said that he would, try to, take care of it. But I know how the spring went. you know, with getting the seating done, and so,
Who's ever on the conference phone, could you please mute the phone that you're on because other calls are ringing in from your phone? Somebody has
When was-
transferred the call or
was-
something.
Was there someone from Bolton Mink?
pardon?
Was there someone from Bolton Mink? on
When I
that
met
call?
with-
When
yeah.
you walked through, Lloyd?
Yes, yeah, Tyler, I
Tyler.
believe, yep, and then Larson Contracting, he was there, and then also,
Ben from Lakeside.
Ben Neal, from the Lakeside. I met with all three of them, and they were,
What I would suggest is like, I would do that walkthrough again.
yes, you know, I'll agree with you. And I can do that, you know, I mean, I'm part of District 3 also, so, we can get a hold of Tyler, because he was the main contractor, and then we'll get a hold of the rest and look up for the seed tickets, and I thought at the time that there were seed tickets that.
No.
I
you
think
know,
from last year, there was a receipt that they did something that was provided, but not how much or whatever, it was, the work had been
It's
done.
pretty simple, Mr. Chairman. They sent a seed analysis tag dated in the spring. Now, what does that have to do with what was seeded by the September deadline?
Nothing.
All it was is a smoke show. You need scale tickets. Do you sell a crop without a scale ticket and a pay receipt?
No, I wouldn't, no.
Okay.
I don't think that's the same type of thing, but I understand.
It's in
You
the
know,
contract.
you know, we need to
Okay.
follow up on that, and
Yeah. But I think we did get something this time, didn't we get something? Okay.
okay,
You can talk to Ben at Lakeside and he can probably get you what you need for those seeds.
yeah.
But from what we had, there's no, in my opinion, there's nothing that supports the seeding was not done last fall.
Mr. Chairman.
Merlin,
Yes. The seeding was not done last fall. Norman out there, he sowed his, whatever he sowed, last fall after it was done. And you can see on the inside of the ditch, he threw some over top, and it grew. And that's the only place on the whole ditch that I can see where any seeding was put down. So no, they did not seed anything. And as of right now, they cannot seed it because there's too many weeds. There are trees growing, there's weeds growing, and yes, they come out and they sprayed it. But all they did was hit the tops with the ragweeds this high. Is that gonna kill them? No. And you cannot seed that with all them weeds in there. So the guy that sprayed it should not be paid until he kills all the weeds and the trees, because that was in his contract. So he needs to come back in 2 weeks and respray and not pay him any more than what was in his contract, because he should have been here a month ago and spraying.
I don't know.
They
I
came
mean,
and sprayed on Sunday.
Pardon?
They came and sprayed on Sunday,
They came and sprayed on this last Sunday,
yeah, like 3 days ago,
3 days ago?
Right, and it should have been sprayed a month ago.
and it rained.
Well, it was raining a lot, really.
It's been raining on it all the time. Everybody's had the same problem spraying their beans and everything else. But he could have done it. If we'd have got the drones to spray it, it would have been done. I know it costs more. It was
I don't know if he had drones when we hired
No, and
this.
you got,
think
and the
they-
board didn't want drones.
Right,
Yeah.
so they do a better job on the ground.
Yeah, you would do, you know better than that,
I
that it
know,
would
but if we'd
do,
have had the drones, we'd have
better-
had it sprayed when it was supposed to be.
well, Merlin, we farmed a long time, you and I, side by side. My God, you know how much rain we've had in the last 6 weeks?
No, I don't know how much rain we've
Yeah,
had.
we've had a heck of a lot. I mean, for Pete's sakes, it's a,
But he should not be paid until the weeds are dead, because
Well-
he should have been here a month ago.
I think, it's kind of
Because
a,
he had time, there was time in between to do it. When he
Well-
sprayed them on Sunday, he left tracks on Sunday. So
Well-
he could have left tracks a month ago and had it sprayed.
I don't know about that.
I'm sure we're not the only job he has.
Yeah.
We'll check in with him and look at it. We can go out there again and look. Yeah, I can get a hold of, Tyler and
Larson and.
Larson and go over it again. And if you'd like to,
Sure, I like
come
it.
on, yeah. Would that satisfy everybody?
Back at the reseeding, like with spraying, they have to have spray logs, wind direction, temperature. So where's it logged that they came and reseeded here?
I don't
You
know.
can check with Ben. He can check with Ben with Lakeside, he's gonna be working with him anyway.
Seat tickets.
Check with who?
Ben from Lakeside,
Yeah, Ben Neal.
the one who did the grass.
And you're
Seat.
concerned about if he had a log, right? No.
Well, I've been out there enough. We had a drone flight a month ago. It's filmed and walked by a contractor, paid by the landowners. That's gonna be exhibit when it comes time to be exhibit on the outlet. Animal guards and all the chaos were there, the slough. The railroads never showed up.
Yeah. That,
Todd mentions, let's make a list. It's gonna be a long one.
yeah.
Well, you talk about the railroad. Bolton and Mink did not do their job on the railroad. He should have been on the railroad when he got the job. A letter was not sent to the railroad until it was all done.
Well, I think we were.
Dennis got an
we-
email on the railroad, and I don't know if Dennis followed up with the railroad. They needed more specific locations.
And then that was up to Bolton and Mink because they were the contractor. They should have taken care of it.
They
did
responded
not
to
do their
Dennis's
job.
letter.
They did not do their job.
They responded to Dennis's letter for more information. I have no idea if Dennis got a hold of them with more specific details. My guess is probably not. But I think you have that letter also.
I have the original letter.
The email from the railroad. And so maybe that can be followed up with as well.
And I think
I think we all got the letter. That it was
We
due
sent the railroad.
twice, yeah, and they
Twice.
responded.
And, yeah,
They responded 2 months ago, probably,
yeah.
at least 2 months
We
ago.
just haven't gotten any satisfaction out of the railroad.
Well, but if we didn't follow up, if Dennis didn't follow up with,
Well, that's right.
if he didn't follow up with the specific location, then they haven't done anything. They're waiting on that.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how many landowners does this project involve?
Like 100,
Oh, really?
yeah. It's our largest. It's this one right here. So it's south of Floyd, all the way to almost to
And that
Red.
project went that whole distance?
Yeah, no, the
ditch
project
is
was just the
4
open ditch
miles of
area.
ditch.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I know where we're talking about ditch, but I just.
You know where
But
Dave's,
You're talking the whole district. that
whole
pays for
district
that.
pays because they all benefit from the open
Yeah.
ditch.
Okay, I'm on board.
Yep. And, do you know where, Brian Pickar?
Yeah.
That's where the open ditch
Well,
starts
I've
and
been by
then,
there, I've seen the work
yep,
that
and
they were
then
doing.
moves up to T38
Okay.
is the open ditch part.
Well, it seems like, and Todd is right, we got a list of things to check out. We'll get a hold of Bolton Mink and we'll, go again. And if you'd like to come, Merlin, I'll give you a call whenever we can do that.
And then, do you recall that, we all got that email on the railroad, but it was directed to Dennis.
Oh,
Do you recall that? Do you have that email?
no, I'm not sure.
Forwarded to us for it.
I'm looking for it. I know
I can't find it.
I'm just looking at, because I know I copied you on it as well.
So it came from you, not Dennis?
No, it came from the railroad. I don't-
What-
You might have gotten it from me, because I don't think you were in on it, so I forwarded it to you and asked you if you knew if Dennis had followed up with them. just don't remember who it was from the
It was from
railroad.
a Kyle Spring.
That what it was? Did you find it?
Who's what?
From Kyle, Kyle.
SPRE.
That's a representative of the railroad?
So if you could forward that to Boyd,
Yeah.
he's kind of taken the lead on this, maybe he can follow up with the railroad people. And maybe include Adam in on it, because Adam, you might be able to give him better specifics of the location that they're looking for, maybe? Or it might be, because it seems like they were looking for longitude, latitude kind of stuff. And so Jesse would be able to assist with that
Yeah.
if yeah. Oh, let's see. What date was that?
The original email came
May 8th?
from Kyle Spring
Yeah.
to the Board of Supervisors and Andy Cummings.
So I'm forwarding that to, I'll just put it to Boyd and Josh now so they have it. I just forwarded that to you too. So,
Okay.
Boyd, if you can follow up with
yeah,
Kyle on that and
please.
maybe get Jesse involved if you need help with the details of the longitude, latitude that they're asking for.
Jesse would be the one to,
Jesse Willardson, yeah.
just so I got this straight. We wanted the animal guards, and we tabled that, right?
Dennis just didn't want to take action on it that day, so we just need to get it as a future agenda item to
Yes.
direct secondary roads to do the animal guards on
Yes.
on all of the county, the mutual tiles. And if there were any missed animal guards on the private tiles, that was covered in the project as well. But I'm gonna guess that there weren't any of those missed, and, because not every
I think there might have been one or so, but White Larson was there, they were going to correct that the way I understand, but I'm not sure exactly where that was at.
Okay.
But, because these things keep showing up. I mean, I had a tile that I had no idea it was there, and it
Yeah,
had a hole, and then, so,
yeah.
okay.
So,
For a future
Future
agenda, we'll get into the animal guards, okay? And then we want to get seed tickets for what we did this spring, right?
yeah, that's what they're
Okay.
looking for.
On them seed tickets is supposed to be germination, pounds, fertilizer, analysis, pounds. So you should have official seed tags and scale
What-
tickets on fertilizer.
Fertilizer, how much was used, the germ, the seed germ?
Right, but it should have official tags that come off the seed.
What kind of seed?
And what kind of seed, the germ that's on the tags, just like a seed corn tag or anything else.
When seeded? Okay, spraying. I mean, they just went out and sprayed Sunday,
Right.
so, okay, we'll see if it, and we had to use a specific herbicide, I know, so we didn't get in the water and,
It's supposed to be herbicide that's supposed to not affect the water.
Yeah. So,
And I would say that maybe he got 50% of them sprayed. Because he didn't get them all the way up and down the ditch because the weeds are too high, he couldn't see
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be a problem.
There's trees growing in the ditch and everything else, so.
Yeah,
So that's one of the things we need to address as well. We've got this
we
spraying
did hire,
program.
we
but
did
we
hire
don't-
this guy to,
For spraying weeds, but we don't have a tree maintenance program. Some counties hire, and this comes up every time we do a major project, that the engineer, Bolton and Mink always says, you need to get a tree maintenance plan in place. And the supervisors have never done that. And so we need to have something where we've got there's companies that go out and check those ditches for trees and put the tar down or whatever on the trees to kill them
I
or
guess
cut
I-
them if need be.
I guess I kinda thought that the last one was also gonna spray for trees.
I think it was just weeds, wasn't it?
In Drainage District 3, you guys only asked to have weeds sprayed. It was DD1 where you were having willows sprayed.
Willows sprayed.
In DD1.
Oh,
That's a different
DD1.
drain. Yeah, different ditch.
Oh,
Because I think Tyler said.
was that the
you
same
used-
company that we did to spray the weeds, that was
Yeah.
gonna spray the willows?
Yep, but they'll have to come back to spray the willows. They couldn't spray the willows on Sunday.
And I believe, so if they have to come back to spray weeds, then.
They'll check it all.
They'll-
I'm confident
yeah,
that they will check it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so we need to get in contact with them, probably.
But for the tree maintenance program, I believe, and ask Tyler, add to your list to ask Tyler, because I think they said you wait 2 to 3 years before you before you do the tree maintenance part of it.
Yeah, but there was something about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, you got, somebody's got the hand up.
Get this down. Oh, yeah, Jim.
Jim Jorgensen, it's my opinion only, if you get a quality weed spraying company, there won't be any trees. The tree contract guy won't have to do a thing because the tree is typically broadleaf, it's gonna get killed with broadleaf chemical, right? Am I wrong? Yes. I mean, they're this tall, if they're,
I mean, yeah, anything young is easier to kill, but I tell you, I don't know.
I mean, if the guy is doing his job to start with, then trees won't be 4 feet tall where they need tore down and everything else.
Yeah, they're difficult, you know. I
I'm
mean,
sure they are.
I've had them in fence lines and tried, you know, it's difficult, but we
It
need
just seemed like
to,
an
we need to
extra
have a
expense.
tree, I guess, a separate maintenance on the trees, I guess. But I kind of thought maybe along your line, but I got it confused, I guess, with District 1. I thought the willows are the big problem in this thing, you know.
There's products like crossbows specific
Yeah.
to trees, but there again, you're working next to water, so what is the restriction on using it
Sure.
that close to in a buffer zone?
Well, we
So-
talked about that, and I can remember that specifically, that you had to have a special spray for the willows. And you can spray them, I guess, in the water even, you know, which, I guess it's there. But I guess maybe I thought we already had that covered, but evidently that was District 1.
Not for trees and trees,
Yeah,
yeah.
Not for, okay, District 3.
Yeah, but Tyler said something about usually wait after you've
Yeah, I
done
know,
the cleanout project.
yeah, mm-hmm,
Yeah.
okay. Is there anything else, guys, that, yep,
I would just say, I mean, I think it's a good idea to have this meeting, have Bolton Mink there, walk away with a specific list of items that, you know, at this point, it's warranty items, right?
Right.
And, I mean, it just seems to me is kind of coming into this that Bolton Mink, it's very reasonable, it's their job, it's what they're being paid to do, to manage this project for us as far as, you know, supervising to make sure that the work under the contract is done. So they owe that to us. They owe us to manage this project. And so feel a lot better. If you want me to try to go on that meeting, if you let me, if I'm available, I'd be more than happy to go. Otherwise, if I can, I just would kind of like to see where you land as far as items, what warranty items there are. Because we've got landowners, I think, have concerns that need to be addressed. You know, maybe
Yep.
they are outside the contract, maybe they're inside the contract with these concerns, but I think they need to be addressed and dealt with, and just know where we stand and know what.
I agree.
And I believe even if that grass hasn't grown, I think it's still a 1-year warranty for the grass. So if it didn't take this spring, there's still that window of time later to plant grass again if they need to.
Yeah.
John Zimmerman, for the record, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to clarification on who is the drainage clerk, and I want this answered by you or the current auditor. For the record, who is the drainage clerk of Floyd County?
That's a good question. I don't know. We needed a clerk, or we do have
Then who
one.
are you?
Is my understanding that the Board of Supervisors is also the Board of Trustees. The clerk helps keep track of things and whatnot, which would be in the auditor's office, but all decisions that are made are in the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah.
So who is the clerk to the drainage trustees?
The auditor. You just said that.
Yeah. We-
And we do have a specific person in the auditor's office that works with drainage as well. But the auditor is responsible for the drainage clerk duties.
And who would that person be in the auditor's office?
Jen Bauer.
Is that from Morgan?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? I'll try to, hard to get everybody together, but I'll see what I can do.
Did you put in your notes to follow up with the railroad then too?
Yeah, I did,
Okay.
somewhere.
Okay.
'Cause I know we did. They're difficult, to say the least.
They're difficult, but I was really surprised that they responded that quickly to the second
Okay.
letter.
I
that the
can't
Board of
remember the
Supervisors
second
sent.
letter.
We did the first one in December. Mark Hewen
Yep,
did the
right.
first one. And then Dennis did the second one in March.
March?
This is to a CP,
What's that? Yes.
and then who
It's a CP.
should be the CP? Canadian Pacific. West of the ethanol plant, the line west of the ethanol
Yeah.
plant would be a
Yeah.
CP. And so who, just curious, 'cause I've been dealing with them on another project, who's your point of contact there?
Kyle Spree is the
Osprey,
person.
who emailed back, the letter was addressed to a Jim Krager.
I'll forward it to you,
Is
Todd.
he the district supervisor for, just with you for it?
Sounds familiar.
It just says Manager of Public Works, so I'm not sure exactly his title.
I forwarded you the letter, so you'll have that.
Railroads are like
They're difficult.
We had trouble with them over in North Springs. Yeah,
They'll do what they want to do, and
okay. Try to follow up. Any other questions? Okay, thanks.
I just follow up. Slope, is there anything to deal with the slopes? Because I think Adam has addressed that, just to make sure that's covered. Is there anything dealing with slopes that we're talking about?
According to Adam, you and I talked about that in looking at the contract, and we didn't find anything specific on slopes. I mean, it was, like you said, to clean the ditch and get reasonable back to where it was, which was
It's way better than it was.
That's a heck of a project, you know? Merlin?
Yes, Lloyd, in the specifications of the drainage district, it says in there, slopes should not be steeper than 2 to 1. Okay, so there are 25% of it that is steeper than 2 to 1. Says that right in the specifications, the slopes will not be steeper than 2 to 1. And you got 25% of it that's steeper than 2 to 1.
I think there was some issue with that, wasn't there, when we talked about
Where are
that?
you finding that at?
What page are you on, Merlin, on the specifications?
Looks like an older document that he's got. Is this the original specifications?
This is what, I asked for all the papers on District 2, on Danish Street, and this is what they give me. This is specification drainage district, and that's what it says.
What I'm looking at here, just the way this document is written, it looks like the original specifications for when the drainage district was constructed.
With what?
When the drainage district was constructed, these look like the original specifications.
When it was dug the first time?
When it was done the first time, correct.
Okay? Then
Oh,
I got
you mean
this
way
piece of-
back, like
19.
1900?
100 years
Okay,
ago?
then I got this piece of paper, and it says in here. And I have the maps that Bolton and Mick drew up, and everything says under 2-1.
So it is recommended that the side slopes be repaired and made uniform to 2-1. It is not required.
Then why did he put it in his specifications on his maps 2-1? So in
That
other
is
words, it was not
recommended.
followed.
That is the recommended. There are places where that's not possible.
Yeah,
Yes.
because of the soil types, the slopes, and all that. Yeah,
That is not a requirement of the contract.
yeah. Okay,
Thank you, Ed.
yeah, thanks. Anything further, guys? Let's move on then.
Appreciate you favoring the agenda item. That's helpful for me.
Okay.
Yeah, can we
thanks.
just bring it back after that meeting and you've got a plan of action for fixing things at that time, and not bring it back until after that meeting and
After
there's a
what
plan of
meeting are you
action.
talking about?
Your meeting with them.
Oh, with them?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
get it all together first,
Yeah.
try to,
yeah, come back to the table with fixes, resolutions,
yeah,
okay.
okay.
And other than we could direct the future agenda item for secondary roads to do the animal guards.
Well, we'll put
Yeah.
that on the agenda for
Yeah.
next week,
Yeah.
so we can get that taken care of.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're gonna move on to number 5, review action regarding Title 6, non-discrimination agreement, IDOT and Floyd County and Standard DOT Title 6 assurances. Is there
Good
anybody-
morning, everyone.
Yes.
This is a pretty standard item. This is our Title VI non-discrimination agreement with the Iowa DOT. This agreement is required for us to do any sort of federal aid work. It is required to be updated any time there is a change, either in engineer or the chairman of the Board of Supervisors. Since Boyd is the new chair of Board of Supervisors, we need to update this document with Boyd's information on it.
Gotcha.
Pretty
Yeah.
simple.
That's, just gotta go through all the
Go through the motions,
motions.
approve it, and have you sign it.
Okay, and we can do that
Today?
today.
That's why it's on the agenda,
Yep.
so.
I'd make a motion to if you're ready for a motion. I'd make a motion to approve the Title VI non-discrimination agreement, IDOT and Floyd County and Standard DOT Title VI assurances.
And I'll second that motion. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
I,
Passed. So,
I can give this to you to sign now, or you can just come up to my office and sign it later, it's up to you.
I'll stop up. Okay.
So you don't want me to sign a copy of that?
Either way, that is
Okay,
fair.
just clarifying that he's
Well,
coming to you.
What?
yeah, actually, if you could leave yours, he could sign both of them and Morgan could give one back to you. Would that work? And then Morgan has a hard copy for her file, and if you're okay with that.
It's fine with me.
Okay.
So we'll send it to the DOT and they have to sign it as well.
We're clear? We're good on everything there? Okay. Number 6, Adam, you're up again.
All right, we've been pretty busy in the secondary road department. We're trying to get some blading done. Now we've got moisture in the roads, keeping them up. Contract rock with Bruning, we have completed all but the northeast corner of the county. They think they might get done this week with that. So that'll be a good project to have done.
Then all of it's done? Everything's done?
That's everything for contract route.
Good.
So, bridge replacement on 165th Street, that's south of North Springs, that project is complete. Got that done, I think, last week. And they are starting this week on culverts on Packard Avenue. That'd be between B60 and Highway 14. So there'll be random road closures on that road here for this week. Next week, we're gonna take off from that because of Fair Week, and then we'll probably have to get back on the week after. Moving on to office activities, our construction project we're gearing up for. Heartland Asphalt, T38, that's south of Osage. That should be closed starting next week for that bridge approach repair. We're gonna have a detour on that on Highway 218. And then this week, actually, don't know if they started yesterday or today, but B47. They're supposed to be starting, that's Rockford West to the county line. They're gonna be milling that this week, and then in a couple weeks they'll be resurfacing that. So that road will be under one-lane traffic. We'll have a pilot car and flaggers. And then Heartland, the last project they have is T26, and that's gonna be late September, so that'll be a while. Matthew Construction, they have B60, that whole stretch between Highway 14 and Nashua. They're tentatively starting in August. So that'll be coming up here in a little less than a month. Maintenance projects. Denko has been doing our slurry leveling and crack filling. Everything with Denko is complete. They got T64 done and all of our crack fill roads done. So they are out of the county.
I got caught with that one going to the landfill meeting last week. I got caught with the flagger, so I was a little late to the landfill meeting.
They closed down the full stretch there. It was just easier for them to
Yeah.
do one stretch, and then that way they're done in a day and out of there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every
They were
time
working late, because that meeting was
Yeah,
5:30.
5:30.
5:30?
It takes a lot for that slurry level to dry.
Yeah.
It's 3-4 hours depending on drying conditions.
Yeah.
So they can only do about 3 lane miles or 6 lane miles, 1 3-mile setup at a time.
Yeah. They were running smooth.
Moving on to designs, the CHBP grant. You guys signed the 2080 agreement last week, and we got that turned in. Also, this morning I sent you guys a request for letters of support. The grant team that's applying for this grant statewide is asking for letters of support from community leaders. So if you guys have any suggestions as far as who I can send this request to, I know Rockford will probably be the most affected community with these two structures, but anybody else in the area, business leaders, let me know.
So you're talking like City of Rockford, you're asking them to do a letter,
I sent
or we would ask them to do a
message,
letter.
same message I sent you guys to the Rockford City Clerk, asking them to pass it on to their city
Would-
council and mayor.
What about even like the Rockford Fossilin Prairie Center Foundation or that board?
Those are the
maybe?
kinds of, those are the people I want to send this to, so if you could get me their contact information, who's the
Yeah,
best
Adam
contact,
Sears would
I can
be
send
that,
Adam, absolutely.
maybe be able to help you there.
Yeah.
With the elevators, the co-op,
Absolutely.
they would probably appreciate
Absolutely.
those roads, those bridges being done. Could you, just for Josh's sake, could you just update him on this grant, the
Sure.
competitive highway?
Certainly. This is a competitive highway bridge program grant. Floyd County, we have 2 structures that are in this grant application. The DOT is actually applying for this grant. It covers 30-some bridges in the whole state of Iowa. It's a bundling grant, which means our 2 bridges are bundled with a bridge in Howard County. It's gonna be led as one contract, 3 bridges. So basically what I've been told is this grant for Iowa is a sure thing. We meet all the criteria for it. We're basically in it as long as no big red flags come up. As long as we get our I's dotted or T's crossed, we shouldn't have any trouble getting money. It's 80% funding for 2 structures in Floyd County.
So it's a good deal.
About 1.6 million is what we'll be receiving.
Would the co-op at Rockford be the same as the co-op at Marlborough, or would that be a different co-op? And was it anywhere near Marlborough? the bridges?
They're north of
Yeah.
Round Rock, they could possibly be affected.
I think it is,
Are they're same co-op?
yeah. There's not an awful lot of traffic anymore in the Rockford Co-op, you know.
Oh,
I mean, they
Yeah.
kind of started to shut that
I mean,
down.
you guys get ideas, email them to me and
Yeah.
I'll get
there's
support
that,
letters, request
what's
out.
the business that's northwest of Rockford? It's not on, is it down from the Fossil and Prairie Center? There's that, yeah, it is down from the Fossil and Prairie Center that has, they manufacture something.
Oh, yeah, out further on that road.
Is Slesser, no, it's not Slesser.
Sliger.
Sliger.
Has a manufacturing,
They would be
yeah.
maybe
Is it
some,
Slider?
They'd be affected.
Sliger.
Sigler, yeah, Sliger.
S-I-L-G. Slider. Okay.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you said, email me your suggestions and I'll get requests for, I've got a letter template as I think you guys have seen. Pretty simple for anybody to put in a letter of support.
Yeah.
Just fill in their company or.
What about even like our, with our rock resurfacing project, the, not, Manat or Ally, who was it that got the contract? I get the- Bruning, yeah. What about them?
Possibly.
I think there's a private elevator right beside the old co-op. Bob Ingalls,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I bet that would be a good.
That might.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'll see if I can look some of these places up.
Yeah.
Even maybe a letter from the, on the corner of Rockford, the Engine Club, thank
Oh,
you.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. They might,
On the silver, yeah, mile one.
Sure. All right, we'll continue to work on those.
Okay.
Moving on, we've got some things coming up with the CVTC. The generator out there is no longer operational. I think we're gonna have to purchase a new one. We're gonna have a meeting here probably next week. That'll probably be a larger expense out there, which will be split between us, the city, and state. And also the fuel depot out there. The issue we're having there is the state no longer can sell fuel. With the state out there, they've been buying fuel and selling it to the county and the
Yeah.
city. They can no longer do that.
how come?
Something with permitting, they're not permitted to do it.
Yeah.
We've been trying to look in to see if the CVTC entity itself can do that, and we're running into some roadblocks. The people that are doing it are not liking what they're seeing for requirements and such, so we are throwing out the idea of just the county taking over that fuel depot and just using it for county purposes. And the state and the city would have to go elsewhere because the county is the largest user of fuel out there.
Oh.
So I'm just kind of giving you guys
So
a heads up.
you're looking for somebody to supply fuel? I mean,
No, we don't
basically?
need somebody to supply fuel. The fuel depot out there, it's part of the CVTC. The state has basically been handling the transactions on that. They buy the fuel and they sell it to us.
At their cost, I
At their
believe.
cost, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
so-
And
Yes.
and then
they're not
they
doing
put in a
that?
code or something to know how.
Yeah, and we
who's-
have our own code, so we know who buys, who
Yeah.
who uses what fuel. Well, the state can no longer do that. They're not allowed to do that anymore.
Okay, and there was a comment in the back.
Just, so,
State your name, please.
would that be, Aaron Holbert, St. Charles Township. Question on the fuel, and if the county has that, will our public works within Charles City and other communities be able to use that?
Probably not. Unless you're
So
affiliated with.
fire,
Okay,
police.
like Merv fills out up out
We
there, I
were,
believe.
we were instructed at the fire department that we were gonna be switching over Lex cards, most likely,
Oh,
fueling it. Quick Start and whatnot.
If you're a Floyd County entity, you will be able to still get fuel. The engineer's office can split that out between Floyd County entities. We're not selling the fuel at that point. Floyd County is ordering the fuel, Floyd County is using the fuel.
So like, say for example, the MRV, if they needed to fuel the MRV vehicle up, would they do it out
I'm not
there?
familiar with that acronym.
It's, the,
Search and rescue vehicle.
Search and
Yeah.
rescue?
It doesn't make
It's
complete sense if the
something
city and the
responsible.
county own fire trucks jointly. Why we would divide it out?
Some of the township vehicles we still use, we use Quick Start anyway.
For the gas,
Yes,
because we can't get the non.
right.
and sometimes the fuel prices from the state are higher
They are.
than what you can get. I mean, it goes both ways, depending on when they buy their fuel and what they paid. And
Yeah, there's no, Brian, no reason,
Yeah.
it just kinda depends on the timing when they buy it. Cause they'll, out there, they buy it by the tanker
A
load.
delivery cost.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just because they bought a whole barrel of fuel and
Tank load of fuel.
a tank of fuel.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, it's just timing, I'm
price
sure.
they paid at the time. Yeah.
I would think that buying in bulk would be a little bit cheaper, but that's not always the case, so.
So rather than having like our people use the cards that they use, they have those same cards, don't they?
The WEX cards.
Yeah,
I
WEX
think
cards.
our office does have the WEX cards as well if we need it.
Yeah.
I've never used it.
Yeah.
We always go out there and fill up.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're not gonna give that up because we have a lot of outlying shops that don't have access to the CVTC as readily.
Yes,
You're not
right.
gonna drive a
Oh,
border
right.
grade or
I didn't mean to-
30 miles to get fuel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but the other option that I'm seeing is we just go away from fuel at the CVTC completely.
That's what I was just wondering, if you did that WEX card thing, if that'd be the,
That would be
Way to
the
go.
other option. But then everybody's leaving there to go to Quick Start next door to get fuel.
so I suppose you can,
I'd hate to let that system go. It works fairly well. There's not a lot that's really wrong with it. The only thing is, if Floyd County were to take over that system, we would then take over the full maintenance of that system as well, which could in the future result in some larger expenses potentially.
yeah, yeah. But for
It's-
now, it looks like maybe we'd be the only ones using it.
We would take it over completely, yes.
Yeah.
Because selling fuel to another entity is what the issue is.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that really wasn't broken, but let's try to fix it.
Well, it's out of our hands.
Yeah, right, right.
So we're just dealing the cards we're dealt and trying to make the best of the situation.
What does the permitting require to sell the fuel?
I haven't been involved with trying to get it. I think the city and the state, since they're out there, or their offices are out there, they're working on that a little more hand in hand. But it sounds like it's detailed. And it looks like there's a requirement that might have to involve E85 here beginning of next year. Supplying E85, or there's some sort of penalty, or unless we get some sort of exemption, that it just sounds like it's becoming a real headache for them that are trying to get these permitting stuff done.
Oh, crazy.
So we're gonna have a CVTC meeting hopefully next week, and we'll kind of hash out what the best avenue is. But at this point in time, from what I can tell, it'll probably be best avenue would be Floyd County taking over that fuel system. Okay, anything else on that?
Keep us posted on that.
Yes. Last thing is office schedules. I have meetings in Ames tomorrow and Thursday.
Can I back up just one thing? I just
Sure.
looked, and Boyd, you are the liaison to the Cedar Valley Transportation Board. Is Boyd getting emails on that you're aware of?
My understanding was I was the liaison to
You're the representative. He was just a liaison to go to the meeting, be invited to the meeting, but you are the voting person.
Okay.
Non-voting, just.
We don't need, it was another one of those that they tag these liaison things to different boards, it's not necessary, but,
I can make sure that he's included, absolutely.
yeah. That's one you're on anyway, I didn't know if you knew that.
No.
I just looked it up just to, because I thought you were.
Okay. Yeah, I can include Boyd on emails.
Unless you want to do away with that liaison thing. There's no requirement for it. You'd report to our meetings, or could report to our meetings anytime there is anything that we need to be aware of.
That
So
would
maybe
be
when
good.
we're redoing these things, we could, maybe that's.
That would
we
be
could
nice.
Pull away, so,
You know,
yeah.
you're the voting, not,
Okay, then I'll include you or not include you in emails? No? Okay.
And then, I don't
Just
know if
keep
it'll
us
be next
informed.
week, we'll,
we have to redo everything again.
yeah.
With-
So we
Was it
can, we
both?
can change, take
Was
that
involved
up.
with the CBTC meeting, you said you and,
Myself and representative from the DOT, Iowa DOT, and a representative from the city.
And I think that was Trudy, wasn't it? But is that Brittany
I
now?
think so.
Okay,
small group, anyway.
Yes. Yes.
yeah, do it. Just keep us informed.
That's the plan.
Yep, good job.
That's the plan. Okay, yep, as I said, I'm gone tomorrow and Thursday in Ames for a couple meetings and conference. And then I'm here Friday of next week, so.
Sounds good.
Any questions?
No, and I'll stop up and sign something, right?
She's got
Oh,
it.
she's got
She's
it.
got
Oh,
it.
that's right, okay, okay.
You're welcome to stop in anytime.
I know, I need some information anyway, probably going,
Did you say, did they finish that? The one I was gonna try to tag with you out to, that was all done?
That's done.
Okay, all right,
They're working on just some general culvert replacements on Packard now.
okay. So that might be something Josh might wanna be, tag along to see sometime the projects that they're working on
Absolutely.
and.
Sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
kind of interesting to go out to some of the sites and.
I try to contact you guys once in a while just to see if you guys are interested in some of the projects that we're doing
Yeah.
to see what we're actually doing out in the field.
how are we doing with the construction of the, coming up, of the new shed?
Holy shit.
Oh, the Rockford shed. We have not heard recently from the contractor. Last we heard he was gonna try to construct it this year yet. Really, there's been no updates on that.
Their start date is this fall? or-
They either can get it done this year or next year, but it's gotta be done within a construction season because we need that shed for winter operations.
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay,
So we're trying to get a hold of them and tag down when they actually wanna do it, because
Yeah.
we're the ones tearing down the old shed.
Yeah,
yeah,
You know, we need time to do it, but we don't wanna do it if they're not gonna build a new one.
right.
yeah.
Yeah. And you
Okay.
just haul all that stuff to landfill or riprap? Can any of it used for riprap?
Some of the concrete might be able to be used as riprap.
Yeah,
Just kinda depends on how it
got
comes
some
out.
projects. Yep.
Okay,
If it's small stuff, probably not, but
Yeah.
it might be reinforced concrete, so I don't know how many
Yeah.
chunks will come out.
okay,
All
thanks,
right.
Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Okay. Number 7, review action regarding the second consideration of ordinance 2025-01 repealing TIF ordinances for the Southwest Bypass Urban Renewal Area.
I believe this is just the second consideration, so, per the documents that were provided by Dorsey and Whitney, I guess there's just another consideration to give. Do
So-
they need to reread the ordinance that's being proposed again, or?
So just to kind of fill Josh in on this, the city of Charles City and Floyd County went together to, in 1994 or something like that, to establish a joint tax increment financing, or joint urban renewal area, so that they could use for tax increment financing. I'm not sure if you're familiar with TIF, okay. And so my understanding is back at that time in the 90s, part of the reason with getting the county involved in a joint TIF was to have more debt capacity for projects. And so it had served its purpose for that. Values have gone up in the area, and what it causes when you have that joint district is both entities have to have hearings anytime there's projects going on, and approve those agreements for projects, and they're each doing this, and so we're each doing, we have attorney fees for both sides to prepare documents for both hearings, and there's consultations with the school and the other entities, and so there is a TIF board that would make recommendations for projects to both entities, and the TIF board had decided that there's really not much need to have this joint venue anymore, because values are up, and just no need to really have that, so they can save some costs and put those costs towards, incentives or projects or whatever they choose they may do with that. And so, and the cities are required to provide within that 2-mile area of the county of any projects that are going on. We don't necessarily have we don't have a vote to say we approve a project or not, but we still have a voice to say, hey, we don't think this is a good project, or we like this project, whether you support it or not. We still have that by code that we get notifications of going to city hearings, that type of thing. And so the requirement then to dissolve this is this process of repealing our ordinances for that TIF area. So when an ordinance requires a supermajority vote, so we did our first reading last week, and we could do the initial process, but we can't finalize this because you don't have a supermajority with 2 people. So we need a third person.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where we're at, is the second reading of.
And we can waive the third reading, right? Or
We could waive it, or we could just as well have it as well. I mean, this is all new to Josh, and so.
just go through the motions.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
It's,
okay.
the city had their meetings yesterday, last evening, I believe, for the project with Curb Tender, the development agreement with Curb Tender. We were allocating some of our funds through the TIF to support Area Development Corp. That's all been changed. We approved the agreement with ADC last week and wiped off everything that had any reference to funding through TIF revenues for ADC, and the city's reformulated that. Their funding to ADC, so ADC didn't end up, I don't believe they ended up being short anything.
Yeah. So,
And we did bump our funding by $1,000 by that agreement, but this would be the second reading of this that we would approve, and then
clear as mud, right?
next week we would do the third.
Third and final.
Yeah.
So the top of the
it's-
sheet says, this one says second consideration, the next one says
There you go.
Right,
final and
so,
adoption.
right.
So,
You want to
Listen.
make a motion?
yeah, is there a resolution number on that one, or?
Ordinance number? There wasn't a resolution.
That we're approving the ordinance number?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so I would move to approve the second consideration of ordinance number 2025-01, repealing TIF ordinances for the Southwest Bypass Urban Renewal Area.
I'll second that motion. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Pass.
Probably in fairness, you should say any opposed as well, if in case you don't catch the ayes that.
My hearing's bad, but it's not.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Well, we did 8, 9, review action regarding FY 26, excuse me, certification of wages correction. And,
Sorry, to go back, this
yeah,
reading, or the second consideration at the bottom here, it says the chairperson put the question on the motion and the roll being called following the supervisor, so I think that maybe it needs to be a roll call.
needs to be a roll call?
Okay, we can
I
do that.
can't explain it,
Yeah.
I just read it.
We can do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can,
Carr,
Aye.
Campbell,
aye.
Newbert,
Aye.
sorry.
That's good, thank you. Future agenda items,
Oh, we didn't do number 9 yet.
pardon, what did we
With
do?
it, he did that, oh, no, number 9, sorry. Number 8 he did.
Number 9.
Number 9 is mine. So
Cool.
after further review of wages, it was discovered that the DCAT board had approved a different wage than I had written down for Jill McKean. So Jill McKean's wage for the DCAT board and CPBC has approved a $49,920 salary, and I previously had written $48,000, so I need that corrected for payroll.
And what that is that puts her at, she's paid a salary, but it puts her equivalent to $24 an hour, working 2,080 hours a year.
Okay,
I would move we recertify the wage for Jill McKean, DCAT CPPC coordinator,
I'll second that motion. Any more discussion?
to 49,920, or however you want to put that. Mhm.
Yeah, okay, seeing none. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Gotcha. Future agenda items, we talked about the animal guards, I know, right?
Yep. Count it down.
Okay,
Board appointments.
yeah,
Need to read
good,
that again?
that's a good one.
Yep. And I have for next meeting, the North Iowa, or the Iowa Workforce Development for our region is looking at merging with another region. And
Be huge,
what's that?
it'll be huge, I mean, it'll be a lot,
Yeah, their
their staff, I mean,
four regions, I think, or 5 regions on the, not counting like the Des Moines area, 4 or 5 regions. And they would, ideally, they'd like to pull them all in, but the South Central region is requesting the Northeast Iowa region to merge with them, but they're also going to other regions to see about merging as well. And it's all about being able to get more federal dollars for funding workforce development needs. And because that funding, it's federal funding and it's reducing, it keeps reducing each year, and they're looking at a 25% cut for next year. And so, but if we can get a larger region and keep local control, by doing so, we can relinquish local control, but this way we have some control of how the funds are spent by the region. So, and it looks like they're kind of following the mental health.
same thing.
I don't know, it's quite the same. I think it looks
Well-
like the same, but or what their goal is to
It's-
maybe be the same.
Survival,
It is, and the state likes the idea of regionalizing. So they did have a meeting scheduled for the 10th. Now it's been they're postponing it, they're rescheduling it to another day. But what they're looking for is each county to say, are you on board with merging or not? Because in our 20-county region, all 20 counties have to be in favor of merging or they can't do the merger.
oh, it has to be unanimous,
It has to be unanimous at that board level.
yeah.
And then a plan gets sent on to then if that happens, then all counties have to do a letter saying they support the plan to merge. And then those letters from each county go with our regional director's plan to merge with the other region.
So so we'll have to take action next week on this, put on the agenda.
Yeah, it's, if we,
I mean, I've read through it.
I think it's not that, it's action to say, yeah, we
Yes.
want to consider merging, but it's not, there still would be a future agenda item if the 20 say, yeah, let's merge. There'd be another agenda item for a letter of support for merging. And there's some deadlines, August 17th is the date that if everybody agrees to merge, that they want those letters of support, and then the plan has to be approved by the state of Iowa, so then it would push to the state of Iowa.
And we
For
have
all
to have
those
it-
letters
and
plus
that all
the
has to be
plan.
done by August 17th?
August 25th is when it has to be to the state,
Oh,
or when their plan is to put it to the
Okay.
state.
So,
So we'd have 2 action items,
Okay.
but for now, it's just, do we think this is a good plan for Floyd County to merge? So there's information that
yeah,
we'll provide, we'll get for the packets, and I think maybe you got it in.
I read through some of that.
Yeah.
Same thing, survival, you
Yeah.
know?
At their meeting, I missed the meeting on the 26th because it was the same day and time as the wind energy presentation from Iowa State University.
No,
But they had only 11 of the 20 members, and so they had to extend this July 10th date to do anything, so.
okay, okay.
Yeah, so Iowa Workforce Development merger.
You're talking about future agenda items, do you just generally each month have like committee reports? I'm just,
That's one thing that got missed on this agenda, is we
Oh.
have updates on various boards,
Commissions.
commissions, activities
okay.
that,
We-
you know, I would
We
say
redid
is-
last week, now we gotta do it again, you know?
Well, on which committees you're on, but, you know, just general, if you go to an ambulance committee meeting, you know, it'd be just a
Report
line item that in every committee meeting you went to that
Yes.
previous
It's not gonna
week,
go
you
in
give an update, but-
much detail, and it's not going to be the deliberated kind of thing,
Right,
because it's
it's
not
just
an
a-
agenda. But like I would
it's-
say, yeah, I went to the landfill
What'd you do
meeting
this
last
week?
week.
Yeah.
Normally it's on there, when I deleted the claims line, I must have also deleted the updates line. It's just Oversight on my
Claims
side.
line either.
Well, we didn't have
Well, on
claims,
purpose,
we didn't have
claims
claims
this
today.
week, so that's probably how it got rid
Yeah.
of, but everyone's on the agenda.
But
Nobody
he
else
was
was
asking
until
about
today,
future
so-
agenda items, I just,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, when
That's a good
reading through
one.
this, and I'm like, well, it'd be nice to, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know we run a lot of committees, it'd be nice to hear.
Yeah. There
I
are a
tell you,
lot of
actually,
updates on
yeah,
what
and like the
happened.
conservation, you know, we did away with going out to
The
Ken Boat,
liaison,
and he
yeah.
comes in, and actually, it's a lot better,
I like having them come in to
because
report.
they're a lot more extensive in what goes on, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
I'm not,
Yeah.
and, I think, man, we're getting enough stuff, I'm not complaining, but, and thank you for going to the landfill thing for me.
yeah,
You
it
know,
was
I had a
interesting.
2-month prior saying that,
It
thank
wasn't a
you,
very long meeting, but
Yeah.
it was,
so,
spent some money.
good point, you know, we do. Anything else? Anybody, anything? And welcome again, you know, you did well.
Just trying to take it all in.
Yeah, okay. I'll entertain a,
So I would just say, if you could send that updated list of all the boards and commissions that we have out
Oh.
to the 3 of us, so we can kind of look through that. And a lot of times it's kind of like, there's maybe you have you have
a preference
experience
or
with
something.
ambulance and fire,
Yeah.
so maybe some of those boards might be ones that you might be a good fit for those boards, and so at the next meeting, kind of plan to say, hey, I have interest in serving on this board or that board. And
Yeah, I'll
then
take
there'll
a
be
look.
some that maybe you don't have interest in serving, but we still have to have a
Right.
body at the meetings.
And if
Yeah.
you could send me that workforce development packet that you were talking about too, if you have it.
This one?
Yeah,
Yep.
because we deal a lot with them at work, so be interested to see what it's all about.
Yeah, and they have, what we're a part of is the chief elected official part, they have two boards that meet the same day. Usually it's the larger board, or there's a different board for the chief elected officials, but they meet back-to-back meetings, so you can listen in on both of them. And, yeah. I can send that to you.
Any other? If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Oh, you could make the motion.
You
He's
can make the
entertaining.
motion. Make the
You
motion.
could have your first motion.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll make the motion.
Excellent.
Second.
We're going to second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
You did it.
Yes, now I got it.
Less than an hour and a half.
I know, that is a record, isn't it?
I think so, Boyd. Good job.
I know.